Onstage, Onstage with Jim Tom. 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 Tom and Jim.
Tonight we welcome the Goochers to the stage of the Phoenix Theater. This is a punk rock band from Sonoma County that is at the center of a very cool scene. Members of the Goochers will go away to school later this month, so what we're doing right now is one of the last official acts in this era of this band. Tonight we'll hang out with them for a while, and then we get to watch some of their music. Please welcome to the program, the Goochers.
The Goochers.
Hey.
Oh, you gotta wave to the camera, you wave to the camera, you wave to the camera. So many cameras. If you're an audio listener, you are missing out.
Or are you missing?
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Hiya.
What?
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for
Thank you.
being had.
Sure, it's a pleasure.
If you look up Goocher on Urban Dictionary, there's a collection of definitions. So I'm curious what your definition is before I read like the 8 or so definitions
Yeah.
on Urban Dictionary.
Well, only 2 people have ever gotten it on cue.
Okay.
And so basically, have you ever watched the movie Stand By Me?
I have not.
It's a scene when they're all in the junk. Whoa, that's kind of, okay.
He's freaking out.
Wow, I am.
Tom's freaking out.
Jim's
It's
seen
a growing up
everything.
story.
Yeah.
So, like, they're all flipping coins in the junkyard to see who wants to go to the store because it's a long walk, right? And they have to walk on the tracks and whatever, so they have to flip coins to see who goes to the store. And so they all flip tails, and then Vern flips out because all flipping tails it's like a superstition thing, you know?
Until he's like, oh man, that's Goocher. And
Bad luck.
And then he's like, nobody believes in moons and Goochers, Vern. No, it's baby stuff. And it's just a superstition, I guess.
So that is actually the top definition of the 7 that Urban Dictionary has. It says definition number 1. This will be fun, and I'll bleep out the really inappropriate stuff as we go on.
I haven't
Just 'cause
looked them up
bleeps
either. I
are
wanna see.
fun. Bleeps are fun. But top definition, very much in line with that. When picking odd man out by flipping coins, a Goocher is when all coins land tail side up. See, Stand By Me. Here's it in a sentence. Oh man, that's a Goocher. And feel free to enter any commentary as I go through this. I'd love to hear it. Let's go on to the second definition of Goocher. This is freaky/creepy happens, but not necessarily a bad or negative thing. Here's it in
We all like freaky.
Here's it in a sentence. When singing or humming a song and then turning on the radio to find that very song is playing, classic Goocher.
Classic.
That's more like Cameron and I. Like,
Yeah,
I'll be
just-
thinking of a song, and like he'll sing it right in my head.
Yeah,
Same-
that happens
that's a
all the
Goocher.
time,
Yeah.
Another use of that definition in a sentence, picking up the phone to call someone only to have them call you before you even have a chance to dial. Definitely a Goocher.
Jesus, Vern.
So,
Two tails. Gee,
okay.
that's a Goocher.
And now we go into more of the briar patch of Urban Dictionary definitions. Gets a little, well, that's another thing altogether, Tom.
We all got one.
That's very true, and we can talk more about that definition
At
later.
the end of the day, you always got one.
This is probably going to be all bleeped out.
Can I guess it?
Well, why don't I just, go ahead, sure. Well, it's like that times 10. It's like
Girls
that
have
times
them
10.
too, dude.
True, but it's like that definition by times 10. And it goes as follows. This is number 4, and I apologize to everyone in advance. The act of going down on then licking gooch area. The gooch, by the way, is a goocher is known to be the most that can be given used in a sentence. Intoxicated person says this, yeah, I'm going to get some gooch tonight. I'm going to give goocher. So
We need to change our band name now.
So that's definition number 4.
No, you're 18. You can stick with it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
As we continue down my outline topics, there are 2 twins. Tom, you've known them since they were 8.
Tristan and Cameron. Yeah.
Tristan and Cameron.
It's actually Cameron and Tristan. He was born first, 26 minutes early.
Cameron and Tristan, please.
I've prepared some documents. Now this is a first. The first time I've ever passed out a document.
Documents.
This is the last quarter of the Wikipedia entry on notable twins. The last subject is very interesting. It's the notable people with a non-famous twin. Now I was very surprised to learn that Grumpy Cat, the internet celebrity cat, is actually a twin. I thought that was very, very interesting.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and that's very interesting. And Vin Diesel, he's a twin. That's very interesting.
Man.
And, we just go through it. It almost seems like everybody's on here. Jerry Falwell has a twin. Jerry Hall has a twin.
Wait, John Heater. Wait.
Liberace had a twin who
Liberace?
died as an infant. Very interesting
Wow.
stuff.
Didn't Elvis? Oh no, he just had a brother, right?
That I don't know, but I will tell you
No,
that.
it was a twin.
Just a
I
regular
think he did
brother.
have a twin brother, Elvis.
Well, let's
might be
let's see if he's on the
He
list.
died at
Oh
birth.
yeah,
so-
he is.
Scarlett, is he on the list?
Yeah,
Scarlett
he's on the
Johansson?
list.
Scarlett Johansson has a twin. Alanis Morissette has a twin. So this
Wow.
is interesting. If you're listening to this and you're like, gosh, who are famous people that have twins? We're here for you. We have a lot of information. Ed Sullivan, twin brother, died as an infant.
Wow.
All
Who's
the stars
Andy
are on
Garcia?
here.
Who's Andy Garcia?
Tom, who's Andy Garcia?
Andy Garcia is an actor from, let's see, what TV show is on? TV shows, originally in the 70s, late 70s.
Tom, I'm sorry to
usually-
interrupt, but Kofi Annan has a twin
Yeah, Kofi
sister.
Annan.
Did you know
Yeah,
that?
I did not know that.
But Andy Garcia had a fraternal twin, and he got cut off his shoulder and died soon after.
This
There's
is a
more
very
than one
sad
Cut off his
story. No,
shoulder.
there are 4 pages, Tom.
Elvis Presley's on the page.
So there's a lot of information. Philip K. Dick.
there's
an
a
author.
name on here
Philip
that says
K.
Dak.
Dick is an author.
Whose name is Dak?
We'll have to look it up.
Andy.
So William Randolph Hearst, rich person, twin died as an infant.
Ashton Kutcher.
Wow.
What?
Ashton Kutcher has
Ashton
a twin?
Kutcher has a
Two
twin.
Stiflers? Wait, no. Wait,
Ah,
is that the same person?
this is too much fun.
Oh, Aaron
Oh,
Carter's got a twin.
Marty Robbins. That's kind of cool.
So again,
Did
if
you
you
guys
like,
catch that Napoleon Dynamite has a twin?
no, I did not.
What?
Is that the actor who plays
John
Napoleon
Heater,
Dynamite?
right? John Heater?
John
Yeah.
Heater. Yeah.
Heater?
The nice thing about this segment is it's kind of ridiculous, but it's like you stick around because maybe you're going to know a famous person that has a twin.
Yeah.
And hopefully, God willing, someday these 2 individuals will be notable enough to be on the Wikipedia entry for twins. It's a 16-page document. The first 1 to 11 pages are all notable pairs, twins that did notable things together. These last 4 are just celebrities that we know. And so, this is compelling stuff. This is the sort of reason why you tune into Onstage with Jim and Tom, to learn about twins that have
Right.
non-famous siblings. Very fun.
Every week you got a twin segment.
You got a
Yeah,
twin
we should do
segment.
the twin
Yeah.
segment.
We need to have a twin theme. Does anybody have any thoughts on twins?
Twins are
You're twins.
Yeah, cryptophasia is a phenomenon of a
Oh, right,
language
right.
Yeah,
developed by
let's talk
twins.
about that. Let's talk
Well,
about
it's just
that.
like a phenomenon of a language developed by twins, that
Yeah.
only like us 2 can understand. We had our own language and talked to each other, and
That, I'm glad that you said that. Do you have any good stories of twin hijinks?
Yeah, we got suspended for switching classes, but we had to do it. It was drama and PE, and they were both substitutes, but the kids in the classes were so freaking lame.
They told on you?
yeah.
Narcs.
We got suspended for 3 days, and
So I
then
went-
Wow,
we
3
tagged-
days?
Yeah, we tagged the Goochers on this bunk bed for a drama and prop.
How
And
recently,
it had,
how recently
dicks
was
drawn
this?
on it.
7th grade.
Oh, so this band has been around for a while then.
Well,
Well,
since the 6th grade, but
yeah.
Wyatt didn't start singing until junior
It
year. And our
originally-
dad was our bass player, and then we kicked him out. And
Yeah. It was time for him to go. Was that a tough conversation, kicking your dad out?
I made Tristan do it, though.
Yeah. What did you say to him when you kicked him out?
I was like, Dad, it's not going to work out. We have to kick you out.
Yeah.
And that he understands, I guess.
I'm so glad that we went to
yeah, we-
to Twinville, because I would like to read you 20 fun facts about twins from the website
All right, yeah,
modernmom.com. I've we really put some work into the outline today, so we're
Right.
just really just pulling from the internet. Maybe I won't read all 20. Did you know that about 1 in 250 pregnancies ends in identical twins? How about that?
I did not know that.
Did you
No,
know
that's
that
what I know.
22% of twins are left-handed compared to 10% of singletons? That's what we are.
I'm a
We're
lefty.
singletons.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, he's lefty, I'm righty. We're mirror images.
Yeah.
Simple,
Yeah.
simple.
Ooh.
Did you know also that 40% of twins invent their own language?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
we
you,
did,
you
we
are
did.
you're part of that statistic. They
Look,
tend
a lot of that is in their sentence structure. I don't know if you've had a conversation with the 2 of them together, but and when they were younger in particular, trying to talk with them, you'd have to have both of them together so that sentences could get completed.
That's actually been a difficulty. We were scared of going off to college, away from each other. Like we're like, dude, we're not gonna be able to talk to our teachers as well.
Well, the basic normal person out there might think, oh, do twins have the same fingerprint? The fact is,
do we?
no, they do
Yeah.
not have the same
Oh, yeah.
fingerprint, though they do share the same DNA.
hmm So if Cameron got caught doing some shady stuff, he can rat me out.
The Goochers did a self-titled tape release earlier this month. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do we all agree
Yes.
with that?
Yes,
We are
Yeah.
looking at the
Yeah,
same
it's a good
facts
one,
here.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
Very exciting. This was a 10-track release. They're short,
Yeah, it's
fun
huge.
songs. Well, I mean, it's not huge.
Well, it's 10 tracks, and they are short tunes, but yeah, it fills your time well.
So I would
Good
like
space
to.
filler.
I'd like to talk about that album a little bit, if you
Please,
wouldn't mind. First of all, are there any like themes on this album?
The cover of the album is the ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then
love that.
The secret track, which is our 10th song
Yeah.
on the album, is the ice cream song.
What is the ice cream
so
song?
The
It's
ice
like a
cream song.
nunchuck ice cream cone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what's
cool.
the
So-
ice cream song about?
Wyatt and Tristan came walking in one day, right?
Yeah.
I was filled with some nasty habits back in my day.
Yeah.
And because you'd come home from school, right? You get all tired, right?
Yeah.
Open up the freezer, open up a can of Talenti, sit on the couch, pop on the TV, right? And
Yeah.
so like put on the heating pad, so we just eat ice cream on the heating pad.
Yeah. What a
His
fun,
life was
fun
going-
counterbalance, right?
His life was going so downhill from here, and we couldn't take it. We couldn't get him off the damn couch to go to breakfast.
Yeah.
Was it
His
the
life
couch
is-
or the ice cream?
No, it was everything. It was everything.
Yeah, no.
It was everything.
The heating pad would just stick to my back and it would just peel
What a
off.
crazy thing that you did. That you did the heating pad to like so you could eat more ice cream, so your core temperature wouldn't freeze, so you could just keep
It's the
eating
best
it.
thing. You guys should try it out there.
Yeah.
Ice cream. is
No, like
So you were an addict. You were an ice cream addict. You had a problem,
we would steal ice cream. We would steal.
and at a certain point, you perhaps hit rock
Don't say
bottom,
that.
and you needed the support. You needed
That's-
these folks to stand
That's
by
when we
you,
wrote our first song.
which was the ice cream
Dun,
song.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, like the main reason like I wrote the lyrics is because I think it was like the first time I ever went to the twins' house,
Yeah.
and they were just like immediately as soon as I walked in, like I've never been to their house ever. They just sit on the heating pad right in front of me, and then they go and they grab the tub of ice cream.
Oh, so you're both
busted
doing
out
this.
the
ice
You're
cream.
both doing
and
this.
then just start eating the ice cream, and they're like, "Oh, dude, like, do you want the heating pad?" Like, they like set it up for me, and then they gave me the tub of ice cream with the spoon. I was like, "Dude, you guys, like, you sit on this thing? Like, I have a heating pad at my house, but like, I put it on my back or whatever when it gets sore.
Yeah,
like,
you use it on an
you guys just
as-needed
want
basis.
like, you just want to like put it on your ass. Like,
Yeah.
it's hella hot outside. Like, you don't need this." They're like, "Dude, it's so prime. Like, try it." And dude,
So you went down this road too.
Wait,
for
were
a
you
little bit.
sold?
yeah,
They
no.
drew you
After I did, I was like, "Where's the heat?" Like, I wanted it, but
What I love about that moment is you walked into that house that day and you started doing things you never thought you'd see yourself doing.
Like sitting
And
on
I
a
bet at
heating
a certain
pad on
point
a
while
hot
you were
day.
doing it, you were oscillating between like, oh, this feels so good. But also like, what have I become? You dipped into that world.
yeah. a
You
little bit.
joined it. But then you swooped out together and wrote a song about it.
Mhm.
I have a question about Dirtbag Gunther.
Gunther.
Dirtbag Gunther. Is this a real individual?
No.
I'm sure he's out there somewhere. Though.
Is he a
I'm sure he's
composite?
out there.
Is he a
there.
composite character? Is he a bunch of
Yeah.
different people together that like you're like, okay, I've met different versions of this and we're gonna just kind of slap
Yeah.
it together. Okay, well then tell us, who is the fictional character Dirtbag Gunther?
Well-
It's a track on the album.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, originally I drew him in my sketchbook when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And I was like opening up my sketchbook a few years ago, and I like saw the guy with said Dirtbag Gunther over
Is
He
it
it.
deals
mean,
his
though?
mom's cigarettes.
Oh, see, that's bad. That's a dirtbag thing to do.
He doesn't feed his house pets.
That's a dirtbag thing to do.
His dad owns a taser.
He hates his own neighbor.
That's not a dirtbag thing to do.
Yeah.
Hating your neighbor, dirtbag thing to do.
He dates his own sister. He drinks Budweiser.
And well, and like that.
You shouldn't probably be dating your own sister, but who am I to judge? Do you think Dirtbag Gunther is beyond redemption? Can Dirtbag Gunther not be a dirtbag at some point in his life?
No.
He's always going to be a dirtbag. He's made his bed.
hmm
Yeah. Tom,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Oh, I'm
Have
thinking-
you listened to the song?
I have. I like the whole cassette.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Dirtbag
Well, I'm wondering,
Gunther?
is Dirtbag happy in his existence as Dirtbag Gunther?
Yes.
Certainly. Here's the deal. In Dirtbag Gunther's life, you're God. You created him. You created his picture, his image, and then you gave him a life in the song. So he is your child. Is he having a good existence?
Yeah,
Give him a good
I
existence.
guess
Give him
so.
a part 2. Then.
Here's what I think about Dirtbag Gunther. I think Dirtbag Gunther goes around acting like he's happy, but inside, in his quiet moments, this is not a happy man because he's hurting others and he's doing dirtbag things. And he may walk around and be like, I'm hot. I'm Dirtbag Gunther. Of course, he doesn't call himself Dirtbag Gunther. He just calls himself Gunther. Or maybe
Oh,
the
I am
man.
Gunther.
But, well, Dirtbag Gunther is a very confident person, would you say? Like,
Yeah.
he tries to put forth that image, but inside, he knows he's a dirtbag.
This is your kid he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? What?
You seem kind of mad about Dirtbag Gunther. You seem like he kind of, even though he's created by you,
Yeah.
it seems like he irritates you, even though he doesn't exist. I think the very
Of course he
idea
exists.
of him. Well,
Yeah, yes. We have Ice Cream Man, Dirtbag Gunther, and we have another character we could talk about.
who was the third character that you were talking
Well,
about?
I mean, we'd like to, Mozart's probably the one.
Yeah,
we,
Mozart's one of my favorite songs.
That's probably like the most in-depth character, you know.
Who is Mozar?
So I came up with the name Mozar, and I kind of just wanted it to be like a friendly alien, you know? Yeah. And like he comes down to planet Earth, and like people are really scared of him, and everyone
Well, no.
thinks he's like gonna, I don't know, be bad or evil or whatever. But he's really nice. He's friendly.
Well, yeah, I mean, like we came up with like the character or whatever. And Cameron and I, we kind of want to get in with like more depth, you know, and like put a message behind it, you know. So like
Yeah.
we kind of like put a moral behind it, you know, and like it's like why he's a friendly alien.
No, he's like
We can-
we don't fight one another. We don't have dogs that sleep in the dirt.
Yeah.
Right? That's I don't know.
That was a go.
Well-
Yeah, something like that.
So but he's nice, but people perceive he's not.
Well,
yeah.
And so it's like people judging a book by the cover.
Uh-huh.
Does Mozar ever find acceptance?
Not really, but I guess like what happens is he comes down to Earth, and he loves the humans so much that he wants to take one with him back to his planet.
Oh, classic
So-
misunderstanding.
Yeah, and they're like still terrified of him. He thinks it's gonna work, you know. So he just like abducts a human, takes him up to show all of his friends.
Oh, but that's going to intensify the animosity.
Yeah, but like he's trying to do all these nice things for him. Like he cooks some food, galactic steaks and moon pies.
The one that he kidnapped,
Mm-hmm.
from,
Yes.
ripped away from the family
Yes.
and the life that they had.
And they're very accepting on his planet. They'll accept you like either way. Like even if you have 3 eyes, they
Does
don't care
the-
who you are.
But does the kidnappee, the person that he stole,
mm-hmm.
though he had good intentions,
Yeah.
does the kidnappee ever like enjoy the experience of living up with Mozar?
Well, he initially abducted the human
Yeah.
to be his mate.
Oh, now this is new information you didn't share.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Momentar-
I'm sorry.
That's a very
Yes.
important thing.
Okay, yes. It's his-
Abducted and to be the mate.
Mhm.
This is a very, very, very frowned upon thing to do.
So I feel like, I mean, it never like went on to find out, but I feel like there is happiness at the end.
Yeah.
We don't know if the human
Mhm.
falls in love with Mozar or not, but that's soon to come.
The whole
Oh.
thing's like just like it's a concept. It's like a theory.
It's the
about-
people on Earth that are horrible.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like he's like observing war and observing dogs sleeping in dirt and stuff like that.
And I would imagine the humans never give him the acceptance. That's the tragedy of how horrible the people are. Is they won't open their heart. Now I don't like Mozar. I'm one of the bad guys. But we never accept him, do we? Because we're too afraid.
Once the humans see how beautiful the baby is that they've produced,
They're
gonna love him.
The humans are
They're
going
going to love
are going to freak out when they see
Yes.
that he procreated with one of the humans.
Yes.
That's going to make them so much more angry.
I don't know.
God, the human race.
The baby's going to be the leader of the human.
It's just about accepting one another.
You have a song called Virtual Reality. Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
pro virtual reality? Is it anti virtual reality? Is it just describing virtual reality?
Describing.
kind of like virtual reality, like video games and stuff. Kids who are addicted to video games and stuff. We were trying to kind of cover like all the things that we see going on at high school.
You know, the
usually-
jocks, the nerds, and the video game addicts.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
It's in that way. It's sort of like a concept album.
Mhm.
It's sort of like here are some of the trials and tribulations that may face a high schooler, which is
Yeah.
kind of appropriate because you released it right at the end of your high school years.
Mhm.
The three of you just graduated high school, correct?
Mhm.
Ava, you are not graduating high school
Not
this
yet.
year. No.
Not yet.
Okay, so you are still in high school.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Going
Cool.
into my senior year.
There you go.
Mhm.
Because it's like, let's just do a broad strokes before we conclude the album. It's like you have ice cream addiction. This is facing our youth every day. You have the jocks. My God, the jocks.
How mean they are.
They're mean. They're not nice.
Ruthless.
They think that they're better.
They're cool guys.
But well, sometimes they are, but sometimes they aren't.
And the video game
The
addict.
video game addict. Is there
Yeah.
anything else on there? As we just sort of like zoom out
Yeah.
from the self-titled Goochers album. This
How's it look?
rock.
Oh, the crazy homeless guy that we see
It's
walking around town.
it's the rock opera of the high school experience.
Yeah.
It's like here's a couple things you might experience if you're about to enter high school, told through the whimsical lens of the band the Goochers. So there's a homeless gentleman who you see sometimes,
yeah.
and he makes it onto the album. Ruffled Feathers, is that about a conflict between some people?
hmm
Who is having the conflict in that song?
Girlfriend.
Ah,
An old girlfriend.
classic tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Two people in a relationship not getting along.
Did you just go Alan Menken on us for crying out loud?
My God, Mozar, because it's like Mozar is the experience of every person in high school in a certain point, because it's like you want to be, I like people, this is nice, but then sometimes people aren't nice to you because they misunderstand you.
Yes.
So in a way, we are all Mozar.
You're a really good interpreter.
Yeah,
We're just here to give another look at the Goochers album. You can listen to it through the music, but we can also talk about it. And I think that's what we've done. Unless anybody else has anything else to say about this album, the rock opera that highlights the high school experience.
The rock opera.
The Goochers on ice.
Tom Gaffey, do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I love this band.
Or opening thoughts, or thoughts in general, just on the Goochers experience?
Yeah, the Goochers experience. They, they were once the Battletoads, and now they are the Goochers. And, it's been such a gas watching you guys play and become the band you are now. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next and in the future. You guys are going to be a lot of fun to watch. You've been fun to watch for 10 years. Adding Wyatt and Ava, you guys are a gas to watch as a crew. And I can hardly wait to see what happens next. You're all going away to college. Huge, huge stuff. And you're going to be creating some more characters, I think. Give them a good life.
And did you know that the average birth weight of a twin is 5 pounds, 5 ounces?
He was
So-
8 pounds.
Well,
Wow.
this is a man that
Overachiever.
is above average.
Aren't you still 8 pounds?
Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and everybody should stick
Thank
around
you.
because the second to last Goochers performance of this era of the Goochers is about to begin. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you.
Yay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
me, please.
Someone put me down.